Hey guys, welcome to Ben Wrenchin. My name is Ben and today I'm wrenching on my 2004 Honda Accord. I've got a check engine light and a part to fix it, so let me hop in and I'll show you the code that I've got. Recently I installed this Aftermarket touchscreen radio, and one of the features that I really like about it is that it comes with an OBD2 scanner app. So I've got a Bluetooth OBD2 scanner plugged in. I'll link one of these in the description. And that pairs with this torque light app that is on this radio. You can get this on your phone for free. It's got a lot of really cool features for being a free app. And one of the features that I really like is that it will search for engine fault codes. And the one that I'm after today is this P0325 knock sensor code. So I went ahead and bought a cheap Chinesium knock sensor off of Amazon. I'll link this in the description. And I also got myself a 27mm socket because that is the socket that fits over this sensor perfectly. And I didn't have one, so I had to go ahead and buy one. But that is really all I need to change this out. It's a half drive socket, so I've got some different 1/2" extensions. A couple are wobble extensions in case I need those. So let me get under the hood and I'll show you where it's at. So right at the front of the engine is the intake manifold, and just behind it right there is the sensor that we're after. So I can get a little better shot of it there from the side, and I can also see it straight through there. So I'll just need to get that electrical connector off and get my socket in there. I can see it pretty easily, but getting to it's gonna be a different story. But I think we can get in there with the right combination of extensions. So there's that connector. I can reach my hand through here, and the tab for it's on the bottom. So I'm gonna push up on that tab and try to pull this out. So I'm pushing up on the tab with the screwdriver and pulling out with the electrical connector pliers. And there we go. So this is the setup I used. I've got the electrical connector pliers and a screwdriver in under the intake manifold, and I put a screwdriver under and pried up on the tab and grabbed the connector with these electrical connector pliers and pulled it out at the same time. It was a little tricky, but I got it loose. And so now I just need to get my 27mm socket in there and get that sensor out. So I think I'll have to get the socket in there first on a small extension, and that works just fine. And so now I use a short extension on my ratchet, and that's about the perfect length to get this busted loose. So there we go, not too bad. And the old sensor is out, and hopefully it's gonna stay in my socket as I fish this out of here. All right, and there we go, there's the old sensor. And now I can replace this with the new one. I will go ahead and compare these two, and they look pretty much the same. The thing I wanna pay attention to is the threads, and those look the same. The old one does not have any thread locker on it, so I'm not gonna put anything on this one. And the electrical connector is the same as well. It's just got one pin, and the receiver looks to be the same size with the two plastic tabs on the same side here. So this one looks good, I'll go ahead and put it in. So I'm gonna have to get it in there with the socket. Since my socket's so deep and the sensor kind of just falls in there and this hits up against the engine, my solution is to put a paper towel in there. That lets me put this sensor in there and stick out enough that I can still get it threaded in. And I went ahead and put some paper towel around the sensor so that it is secure in that socket and I'll be able to get it threaded in. And then it's just going to be a matter of fishing the paper towel out of here when I'm done. So that is actually a lot easier. I can get it lined up and get this started by hand. I want to go backwards first just to make sure the threads line up, and then slowly turn it by hand and hope that it's threading in there. And it's starting to get tight, so I'm going to pull this out and see how it looks. And the paper towel trick worked pretty well. So now that it's threaded in there a little bit, I'll fish this socket back in without the paper towel. And the torque spec on this knock sensor is 33 foot-pounds. There we go. And I can get my socket and extensions out of there, and that really wasn't too bad. So the last thing is going to be getting this electrical connector back on, and I can just barely get both hands in here. The flat part of the connector is going to go where the tab sticks up, so I'll just get it on there and push it down. And with the tab up, it's a lot easier to get off and on. So hopefully the tab on yours is on the top side instead of the bottom side like mine was, because now I can get it off and push it back on. So it didn't really click, which I don't like, but I can tell that it's secure. So that feels good. Let's clear the code and make sure it doesn't come back. Just in case you guys care about this kind of stuff, I got a new magnetic work light. It magnets on top of the hood, and it's pretty bright. It's got a magnet on each foot. It rotates. This thing's great. Huge upgrade to my lighting problem. I have struggled to find good lights for years, and I really like this one. The only downside is that the battery doesn't last very long, but other than that, this thing's great. It's got a hook on it if you want to hang it somewhere. And like I said, both feet are magnetic. So I've been loving this thing. I'm going to start using this quite a bit. I'll link this in the description too. And so I'll start the car. And now all I need to do is clear that engine code. I can do that from the torque light app. Hopefully I can do this from the fault code screen. So I'll hit these 3 dots at the top and hit refresh. And it'll tell you should only do this if you fixed it, and I did. So I'm gonna hit OK. And so now I'll scan it again and see if there's any codes left. You can reset the check engine light with some scan tools, or you can just disconnect the battery. I've got this automatic battery disconnector that comes with the remote. So I just disconnected it for about 10 minutes and I'm gonna turn it back on. I'll link this in the description, but let me know if you guys want to see a video on how to install it. I had a parasitic draw, and that was the quickest and cheapest way to take care of that problem. And I can already see that my engine light's cleared, so I'm going to drive the car around for a little bit and make sure that it doesn't come back. And after driving around for a bit, it looks like the code is cleared and we're good. And after driving it for a few days, I do have my check engine light back, which is good. I did want that, and I'll show you why. So I can go back to fault codes and scan it again. And I can see that the only code now is that P0420 code that I had originally. So what that means is not only did I clear the P0325 code, but it did not come back. So I'm confident that means that the problem with the NOx sensor is taken care of and it's not gonna pop up again. Again, I really can't say enough good things about this Torque Light app. I also like that the radio that I installed in this Honda has this already on it, but you can use it on your phone. I've done that for years. It's a really cool app. It's got a lot of features, but diagnosing trouble codes is awesome to have. So next I'm gonna be working on this ABS light. I've got a professional scanner that I used in another video to diagnose that problem and found out it's one of the ABS sensors. It's actually a wheel speed sensor on the front right side. So I'm going to be doing that next. Subscribe if you want to see that content, and I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next video.